Good evening, YouTube. This is your ultimate guide to Way of Winter. So, let's go ahead and get into it. This is Over 30s Gaming, brought to you by Regimus and the Over 30s Gaming Hive. This is our third time in Way of Winter, and I have to say, luckily, NetEase has done us a solid finally. Way of Winter seems to be pretty much fixed. There doesn't seem to be pretty many bugs left in Way of Winter, which is really nice. So, let's go ahead and drop in. As you guys can see, I am in Phase 4, the end of Ice and Fire. During this time, as you guys can see, deep in the snowy mist, giants of ice and fire begin to rise. And that's just the Chaosweavers. So, not much to be affected there. So, anyways, let's jump back to the Arctic Domain. Phase 1 of the Arctic Domain. I figure this ultimate guide will start by each into a different scenario in what you should and shouldn't do. Now, granted, some of this stuff will change just very slightly come the 26th, but I still say that this would probably be your best guide to go by so far. This is my third time in Way of Winter. The first time was when it first came out, and you want to talk about buggy. It was very buggy. Second time, we went there right after Primverse. We were hoping that they said they were going to fix tons of things, and they did fix a couple of things, but not quite a bit. And then this last time we did it just for a change. But I have to say it was actually a pleasant experience this time compared to the last two times. So as you can see, the raging wind and snow devastates everything in your path. Prepare yourself to survive in the extreme environment in the snowy realm. So basically what this means is you are going to have temperature variance. In Phase 1, however, you only have to deal with the cold. You don't really have to deal with the heat. So you build your gear towards the cold, and I will get into that in a little bit. However, once you first get into it, you're going to come in, and it's going to offer you two roundabout places to drop. You're going to be offered to drop around Whalebone, which is the first starting area, and then the second starting area, which is Camp Igloo. So me and my hive, we usually always drop around Camp Igloo here, because one of the first quests takes you up to Column Outpost, and then right back, and you have to run that distance. We just happen to know how the quest line starts in this area, so that's why we do it like that. And then the other place you go to is right over here in Whalebone. Cloudius usually starts right over here, and Whalebone is a really good place for fresh water. You have all these rivers right up through here, supplying fresh water. And then of course over here in Whalebone, a lot of this, remember, all of this stuff is salt water. We actually build right down around in this area. This is a polluted zone right here. This is freshwater. There's freshwater here. And of course there's freshwater down through here as well. This season we actually built right around in, I think it was right in this area right through here, because we built near the Great Tree. Most of these in-sunk parts right here, that's water as well that you can put pumps in and be able to pump water or grab water. But now that you guys know where to drop in, once you drop in, of course, the first stuff you're going to want to do is travel in between the quests. Go actually into the main town, start that, drop your tent outside of the main town and whatnot. Now, before you start transferring things in, there's a couple deviants that you need to work on transferring in. And I'm going to go over those real quick. So, the first guy, let's just go ahead and get him out of the way. Chephosaurus. Chephosaurus does not drop on this map. So, if you're going to want that cooking buff, which I'm telling you right now, you're going to want that cooking buff, the food pays off in the end. Transfer your Cheffy in. Alright. Next, we're going to go into, let's see here. Which one? Oh, right here. You're going to want this deviant right here. Harvest Seed. Yes, the boss does exist on this map, but that boss does not drop this deviant anymore. So, if you don't bring this deviant in, you will not be able to get the good old living armor or chloro armor. You will not be able to get that because this deviant does not drop in this map. Now, the next thing you guys are going to want is your disco ball. Yeah, you're going to want that good old disco ball because, as you can see, oh, I forgot, it drops Utter Delight. While active, extends whims by 35%. So you're going to want that as well. So, next, you're going to want... I think I transferred in my Buzzy Bees, too, if I'm not mistaken. But, I brought in these guys right here. They're really good, the Artisan's Touch. They really do come in handy. And of course, good old shrooms. Yeah, so I transferred into good shrooms. The shrooms seemed a little bit harder to get when you're picking up the snowy kind of mushrooms here. Just to give you a heads up, they seem a little bit more difficult. And of course, I also do Predator, which is a PvP deviant, which is called the Masonic Pyramid. Drops Predator, which disengage, crouch for 3 seconds to enter stealth. That's a good one to transfer in. And then actually, I got a little notepad over so I can see it. The other ones that do not transfer in, well, not that they don't transfer in, excuse me, that you can't get here, Festering Gel. You can't get Festering Gel, so if you want that deviant transferred in. Flame Essence, I have yet to see one drop so far. Electric Eel, you cannot fish for an electric eel here. When you do fishing in Way of Winter, you get this deviant here, Polar Jelly. That's what you fish up. You fish up Polar Jelly. So, Pup Buddy is a good one, so you can get that extra weight. A lot of stuff, you're going to want that extra weight in Way of Winter. And then the Atomic Lighter, I like the Atomic Lighter. I forgot to transfer it in this time, but I like being able to get that little bit cheaper of the explosives. So yeah, those are the deviants that you would definitely want to transfer in. As you can see, I did get 2 Flame Essences, but they weren't like hard area spawns. Actually, nope, I take that back. I do remember where I picked one up. A Flame Essence, if you want a Flame Essence, let's see here, it's in phase 1. I had a Flame Essence drop right in here. Now that I remember, this is where I picked them up at. It was either right in here or right over here. I dropped them at, which is at the Frost Forge. So, Flame Essence just does drop in the Frost Forge. I recant on that. Flame Essence does drop here. So, but the one thing that you guys are going to want to know is when you first transfer in, of course, build your site. And then when you're building your cold gear, you're going to want to... See, I'll go into armor crafting now. I'll pick a random piece. Let's go chest piece. Because the chest piece and the pants are what gives you your cold buffs, okay? If we go to the cowhide, you can see maximum load. Deer hide, cold resist, okay? And then if we go down to, which these things are all over this map, so they will not be hard to find. Reindeer hide. Look at that. Reindeer hide, cold resist and frost resist +5, max load 10. So when you first get on this map, start killing reindeer. Okay? And you can also do that for pants as well. Get that reindeer hide. Alright? And then you can also even go one step further by when you have your other gear. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Huh. Well, anyways. Yeah, so start killing the reindeer. Alright. So the next thing you're also going to want to farm for, actually I'll teleport there, which you want to use Molotovs, and I'll show you the best place to get Molotovs. So you're going to want to get Molotovs to do this farming, which you're going to want to get Molotovs from right here. You're going to want to go to Mouseville Sweet Factory. Let's go ahead and transfer in there real quick. Now, this is, of course, how you first start off. This will allow you to progress through the rest of the game very easily. So when you first get to Mouseville, you're going to want to go up and, of course, clear the area. You know, you want to get those levels. All right, but while you're there, you need to take note, because this is the quickest and cheapest way to do this. This will help you get throughout the whole entire game a whole lot easier, and I do mean the whole entire game. So we'll go ahead and go down here real quick, and as you guys can see, everything I do in my videos is always real time. I think it's a whole lot better to show you how things actually take than to, you know, fill you up with false expectations. Right here, this is where you go. These storage crates right here, they're always usually in twos. Look at that, 3 Molotovs, 2 Molotovs. Oh, well, I missed that. You come back over here, usually near where all these ice cubes at, they usually have these boxes. 3 Molotovs. And they're always near the cubes, and you can stack up on these things. I think the rest are behind there, actually. As you can see, I have a lot of Molotovs. Molotovs are fantastic in this game. No matter what you do, they always do a lot more damage. I'll get hot. So as you can see, that's a green Molotov. Killed that dude. But Molotovs go everywhere. Back behind there is going to be your mysterious crate, if I'm not mistaken. Should be underground. So you'll come, yep, you'll come back over here. This is the one place I really did not like because it was actually difficult to find. And as you can see, you do need quite a bit of Molotovs. However, for the rest of the game, you can come back up here to that top part and keep on getting Molotovs. And I'll show you why they're so beneficial. And as you can see, you got all the nurses down here doing work. See, chloral armor, it's the best. There's your mysterious crate right there. Alright. So, once you have your Molotovs, we'll go ahead and go back to base. But there's more crates around this area. You just got to look for them. You'll find a good rotation once you're in here. But I'm gonna go ahead, go back to base, and then I'm gonna teleport where I need to teleport. Well, that's a long load. Sorry about the load time. So I'm going to go ahead and make this item real quick, and so I can show you later. I'll pick them up on my way back. Alright, got those going. So now I'm going to show you the next best part. This island right here. That's a key island right there. That's an island you need to know about. So we'll go to Camp Igloo. While you're, oh, and always make sure, it's always good to have a bike. Yeah, this map is smaller, but you do need to have transportation. It just makes things so much simpler. And you can see this is actually a pretty direct path to get over there. I wish there was a teleporter a little bit closer, like for the next part we'll be going to. And look at all these reindeer. See? Reindeer all over the place. Also, all your nodes are all over the place too, so you'll never have a hard time finding something. Well, I can't say that. Tungsten can get a little hard to find. Oh, I probably ran into someone's base or something. But other than tungsten, almost everything is everywhere. So you don't have to really worry about mining nodes. So don't stress out about that. Just make sure that you do transfer in a good chainsaw and a good drill, like normal. So that when you do come here, you know, you can easily pound that stuff out really quick. Alright, now when you are going over here, as you can see, I currently have my hot gear on right now. I'm going to take off my hot gear so that way I don't freeze to death when I do this, because it is cold over here. But in phase 1, the temperature changes aren't so direct, so it is a lot easier to get over here. So you don't have to worry about it too much. But since we're in phase 4, we have frosts that actually happen. And when the frost happens, you will freeze to death. So hot swapping gear. Ooh, Lunar Oracle too. As you see there, I just clicked on it and I hit F to hot swap my gear. Now I got my cold gear on. So, one thing, of course, you know, later on in the game, which is really nice, I'm playing Lunar. So it's makes sense to do it now. But beer. And that's just because, you know, Lunar kind of sucks. But me and my friends, we always like a little bit of a challenge, so we do go all out. And also, too, if you want cool colored polar bears, this is the place to come for cool colored polar bears. So far this season, I've gotten 4 from here. As you can see, the temperature is still dropping for me, even with, and I have an all-weather stew. Perfect. But now my sanity is going to go low. So all-weather stew, key, but it is a legendary, so you won't have it in phase 1, but when you're doing this, you won't need it anyways, because in phase 1, the temperature isn't so drastic out here. You can eat one of the meals that you get from the spiked tomatoes. Let's see here, I don't think I have any on me, but yeah, you get spiked. It's like some kind of spiked tomatoes. Use those, and that will be enough to keep you warm out here. All right, these are the key things you're gonna want right here. These rocks. You gotta throw a Molotov on them. They'll go through the little thing. Don't go over them. See these ones? You go over to it. You gotta be careful so it doesn't kill me. See? It says you feel cold. So you throw a Molotov on them, and it'll make it so you can farm them. Oh shit. I don't have my drill out. Of course. Drill is key, right? Now, if you do have the seafood oil that you can transfer in, works out great here, okay? Because they do go off of like gold and silver when we're talking about procs, especially for later in the game. So there's a couple places in here. Oh, I hate the fact. This is the only thing I don't like, is that when you're trying to do something simple, you got to deal with this lunar crap. Really good for leveling, though. I will add, really good for leveling, especially early game in Way of Winter, because whenever they do come out, they are your level. So it doesn't matter what area you are in. They will come out at your level. And it looks like someone's already somewhat been farming here, because there was supposed to be some right there. But you use these for these rocks to be able to mine them. And always hit them before you go, because they will kill you. These rocks are pretty dangerous. So we mine those, and we can use the cold ore to stay cold in the next zone. Now I will show you how to do that. So let's go back. That is the #1 place that I have found to harvest cold ore. I think that's what it's called. Let's see here. Just to make sure. It's called cold crystal ore. Alright. With cold crystal ore, once you get into the hot zone, so it's always better to farm in phase 1 slot, you can make Coldium and Heatium once you get hot rock ore. And as you can see right here, Heatium, when in your backpack, you gain cold and frost resist +10. Reverts to thorium after 16 minutes. This is thorium. It only takes gravel to make. Very easy. So you can put both of these in your bags, and for 1 hour, you're good. You have that extra 10 degrees backup in your book bag to help you out. So it is a big end game item to be able to use. However, you do have to replace them every hour, and no, they do not stack. And if you have 4 in your bag, you still only get the effects of 1. So just make 1 for each and call it a day. Alright, next we're going to go farm hot rock. When I'm farming hot rock, I like to go up to Shroud Cave. Oh, I forgot the main item for hot rock though. Let's go back down here. For hot rock, you need these guys right here. You need enhanced frost grenades. As you can see what you need to make them. Very simple, nothing special. Make some frost grenades. Now we will go and farm some hot rock ore. Now the hot rock ore, like I said, will be good in the later part of the game. You don't need it in phase 1. This area opens up on phase 2. So that will come in handy once this section up. And see, it's Spikemato is what it's called. Get rid of these jerk faces. Alright, got rid of those jerk faces. So we will go ahead and go down over here so I can show you how to get the hot rock ore. These are my 2 #1 places for farming hot rock. They're simple, they're easy, and you don't have to do too much to get to them. Some people will give you other ideas, but for me, this has always been the quickest and simplest way to do this. And these rocks also come in handy when doing other items as well, for making, I want to say it's chromium. for your weather towers. But I'll show that in a minute too. So, see, right off, once we're into this cave, we'll go right to the frost grenades. Frost grenade. Ah. It's gonna suck. This is what you have to deal with. Lunar can suck biggies. And this girl, she fires off these red things and you end up shooting them instead of her, which really irritates me, because all I want to do is kill this chick. She's so annoying. Yeah, die. Thank you. So as you can see, oh, I didn't do this Roxy. See, they get ready to start to blow up on you, and they will kill you if they blow up. Alright, so that hot rock exploded. If you're worried about the hot rock, just do it. It puts like a frost vortex around it, and it makes it so you can mine the hot rock ore. And of course, now I've made those the guys respawn again. Of course, half of them spawn from the wall, I bet you. Which I don't really care about. Alright. Yeah, that sounded like it spawned from the wall. Alright, so that's how you get your hot rock ore. Alright, we're going to go back to base. Now I'll show you what, other than making those, are good for, what else that hot rock is good for. You're going to have a tower that you have to level up in building. I think the tower opens in, I want to say phase... No, wait, I think it is phase 2. Phase 2, I think the tower opens. Let's see here. Let's go back to the phases. Dungeons hard mode. So if I can remember correctly, this is when the tower does open. And then we get pro mode. Yeah, so this is when the tower opens in phase 2. Which, we have our tower right out there, and I'll take you to that in a second. But what these rocks are good for is you can come in here. Chaosium, not chromium. You make, with acid, you can make chaosium. And you can see here, chaosium, 1,170. I have a 6 perk furnace, so everything is instant depending on the temperature. So if you're going back into another area, you got the Chaosium Lantern, which burns chaosium. That's the stuff that I just showed you to make. When the temperature is below 10, it increases temperatures by 15. And when the temperature is above 30, it reduces temperatures by 15. So basically, it's another item that you can use on top of the Heatium and Coldium to help decrease your temperature to stay alive in way of winter. Because in some places, especially when you're fighting Chaosweavers, the temperature can be plus 120 degrees Celsius. So being able to control your temperature in this game is key. The other thing Chaosium is good for is for your towers. Now, we are level 36, so we have everything unlocked in the tower. But as you can see, the tower has different buffs that you can do. Oh, it doesn't show what you need to make it anymore. But anyways, some of these things, they take items to make. You'll just have to farm them. But as you can see, sulfur landscape, a large sulfur deposit was found beneath the thermal tower. The sulfur resources within its radiation range will be level 1 or higher. So what that means is, and that's like for anything that you do over here, there's always something coordinating to go with it. we have our mining platforms. Mining platforms are key here. As you can see, sulfur. You can see the levels of the veins beneath us. Iron, tungsten, sulfur, tin, stardust ore, salt. So it's key to have these mining platforms so that way you can mine what you want, save you a lot of time. The tower also does buffs for damage against the Chaosweavers. There's a whole lower things. You can also turn the temperature up and down in the area. I can add Chaosium, like right here. Oh well, that just withdrew it. But I can change the temperature of the surrounding area to negative 10 degrees Celsius, 20. Right now, that will cover 24 territories around the actual thermal tower. So that's quick and simple down deep about the thermal tower. Now, those are the big things. The last big thing about Way of Winter that you need to know is food. It's all about temperature on Way of Winter. So to start off with food, let's get down in blues because that's where it's going to start. Salty roasted Spikemato. In the cold, this is the perfect thing to get. You get the salt, and Spikemato increases your cold resist by 10. That's all you need to know. Simple, easy. Cook it. Use it. Alright. Then in phase 2, it opens up so you can actually get everything. So it's not really a big deal because your number one item that you're going to go for in this game is all-weather stew. Used to increase your max stamina by 30% and boosts heat and cold resist by 30. Also removes heat stroke and hypothermia. That's the biggest key food that you're going to want in Way of Winter. Right there, no matter what you do. As you see, it does 2 ice melon, 2 Spikemato, 2 mint, and 2 sunny ginger. 2 of every new item on here except the chilies and the mushrooms that grows on this map you will use right here. So those are the key items that you're going to want to make sure you cook for yourself. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you, of course, you farm salt and then regular water so you have that throughout the game. Those are going to be one thing. We moved into a polluted zone because acid can be a little bit hard to farm on this map. So we're in a polluted zone for acid. So then next, once you're in phase 2, you will start off going for all the dungeons and everything. Don't be afraid of them. They're not hard. You will see these guys pop up throughout the map. Chaosweavers, don't worry about them too. You can usually just click on them, shift click. Tons of people usually come and help to kill the Chaosweavers. It's really nice. They're not too hard. Your Hive of 4 can easily beat one, and they're just bullet sponges that take a lot of bullets. So just be prepared for that. I'm trying to... Alright, we're back on Way of Winter. So now we're going to go off the ultimate farm locations. So currently, let's go back to home. We're going to go to the Harbor District for blueberries. Actually, so I have Harbor District for blueberries, Frost North for Spikematos. However, we're going to go ahead and cut straight to the chase, and we're going to go to Greenfield for farming. So if we go to Greenfield, it's right here in the center. Greenfield teleportation, right to the left of Wishland West and Wishland East. We're going to go to Greenfield, and we're going to travel north of Greenfield. And in Greenfield, you have a plethora of coneflower, spikemato, and blueberries.
Okay, I'm got your screen again that was there, waiting.
Oh yeah, I'm not streaming anymore. I'm just recording.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
That's
So,
cool.
as you guys can see here, we have blueberries and spikemato right off the cuff of the actual teleporter. And if you need to, buffalo and caribou. Great place to farm. We're going to go ahead and go over here. I should grab more gas. I need to teleport back anyway, so that's not a problem. Go directly north. You have more buffalo. And then as you guys can see, you have tons of coneflower. Perfect place to pick up coneflower for your tea. Tea is key.
Okay, how do I get to see you?
I can... Oh, I can stream and Discord. So you can see what I'm currently doing.
I'm still learning this crap. Okay, what stream? Okay.
Yep. So...
There we go. I got you.
This is where I go to farm coneflower, blueberries, and spikemato, and buffalo whenever I need. You can see the buffalo chasing now. So then we're gonna go back to base so I can teleport to the other area because I get beat up by buffalo. Oh, I got 2 minutes. So the key for 2 minutes, if you want to do hurry up and teleports, is to use...
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had...
You don't have one. Nope.
No, I have one. There it is, right there. Anti-blockage capsule.
I have hundreds of those things. I don't even use them.
Oh, I use them all the time. We're gonna go back to home, and of course, you guys are hearing, as you guys can see too, Gillyfoil. That was Michael.
Guile.
Oh, Guile. Excuse me, Guile. That is Michael from all of the previous YouTubes.
Yeah,
live
the
streams.
one that takes the piss out of everybody and nobody likes. That's me.
Oh shit. And then of course we do have Chubby. I don't know where the fuck you went though, but we do have Chubby around somewhere.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. We're gonna grab some fuel for the bike because the bike is a lot quicker than the Jeep because I haven't upgraded. Oh, there's too much. Oh, where if I got a lesser fuel? Yeah, there we go. Oh wait, no, I have 41 on me. So we'll grab that much for the bike. All right. So the next key we're going to go ahead and go to is Snow Cliff. So we're going to go to the Snow Cliff. This is the next place to farm. And as you guys can see, Snow Cliff is also in Phase 1 available. So most of the places I'm showing you are in Phase 1. A couple of the places, especially for the Hot Rock, was in Phase 2. But most of the stuff I'm showing you is in Phase 1, so you have instant access to all these areas. So, up here, Phase 1 is not too cold up here yet, so it's really good. As you can see, up here at Snow Cliff, we got ice melon, snow pepper, snow fungus, and honeysuckle. Honeysuckle is prime food for your buffalo. Polar pepper is nice to stay warm. Ice melon is nice to stay cold. As you see, right when you get off the teleporter, you already have something to pick from. The honeysuckle, you got to go... Oh, I picked up the Jeep. Oh, well. You got to go down a little bit further down the road, and you can start picking up the snow fungus and the honeysuckle. Right there, right off the bat. And then if we go further, there's a small little opening down here. Oh, that's the whole point why I brought fuel.
By the way, it's Suckle, like little babies.
Oh, honeysuckle. Oh, yeah. We can come down here. Oh, there's someone already moved their house down here, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Down here on this left-hand side, you got a lot of honeysuckle, polar peppers, snow fungus, and of course, you will see the ice melon as well. Just ran over it. There's also steel up here. It is pretty good. Snow foxes, and of course, copper. Usually a snow fox spawns right around in this area along with eagles, so if you want feathers as well. Alright, now we'll go back. We'll actually use... Well, actually, let's see. Might have to use...
baby.
Oh, yeah, 1 minute. I don't feel like waiting, because I am lazy. Go ahead and use another one of those capsules. And we won't have to use another capsule, because this next part is going to take a hot minute. Go back to the house. So next, we're going to go to the key area of East Blackstone. Now, the reason why I say...
Blackstone?
Well, actually, Tidal Boar actually has... We're going to skip East Blackstone. We're going to go Tidal Boar, which is for Sunny Ginger and Mint. So, we're going to go ahead... Welcome, Squid. We're going to go ahead and go to Tidal Boar. Right over here, Tidal Boar. And inside Tidal Boar, we can get Sunny Ginger and Mint, which are also key things. Sunny Ginger is used for warming food to increase from 5 degrees difference up to 10 degrees difference. And then Mint is used to go for cold from 5 to 10 degrees difference. They're usually additives to the already things. And you can see them here, Sunny Ginger, right there. And then you can see the little green mints. This is a good part to farm them. You can come right across here, go into this flat area where you see all that water. They're all around that water. All right.
Is that all-weather soup or stew or whatever it's called you're talking about?
Yeah, you do use... I'll have to look at the all-weather stew. It's for the food. Because all-weather stew goes for drink. Food goes for, and then the heat food. So you can double buff. So instead of, you can get, I think, 30 degrees.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Next.
It might have been my stove.
Uh-huh.
I get with meat, canned meat, not the Manibus, the canned meat, not the lunch meat or whatever it's called, the other one, the round one. I'm getting 50 minutes.
Oh well, yeah, that's increased duration. Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I think that I got the stove, but I've forgotten about that. Actually.
Yeah, it's a stove buff. You can get 2 stove buffs, and then there's a total of 4 buffs. Yeah. Next, this is the key teleportation tower that you guys are going to want in Way of Winter, which is East Blackstone Teleportation Tower. The reason why is East Blackstone offers Manibus drops. So a lot of people don't know about it because you really do have to go out of the way on the East Blackstone Teleportation Tower to get what you want.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah.
So you come down here, and then instead of going back into the area, we are going to travel down the map. Well, I think, yeah. We're going to travel all the way down the left-hand side of the map. And you'll notice because the temperature, I was just down here earlier today, it's still blizzard conditions because of stupid Chaosweaver, and now their zones are so large. But as we travel down the map, once we get closer to this area down here, you'll see there's a couple oil rigs up on the mountain, and we will start to see deer, boar, bear, goats, bunnies, and wolves. All of the Manibus animals spawn down here, which is a nice change. So there is, last time we were on Way of Winter, we didn't know about the area down here. So you can hear the boars, they're right there. And then if we travel a little bit further south, there's deer, We can find the bears on the left-hand side up against the water, up against, there's one smaller little hill down here, if I can't remember correctly. Around that mountaintop that they like to come around. Let's see if we can't find, if one of them are still here from earlier. I came down here earlier and killed a couple. But they do, oh, there we go. There's a bear. You can see him standing up on his hind legs. So you get bear here. So you can still get regular bear, so you don't have to transfer in those hides. There's a bunny. And then you can also get saffron. Oh, there's goats. So see, we've hit all the animals now. And then if we go back up this road and we take a left. Now, the only thing I do not like about saffron, especially when the stupid Chaosweavers are, they're really hard to see. Earlier when I was streaming, you guys saw me. I went off on this island and I got deviated saffron. So you know for a fact it spawns. There's deer. I think 2 or 3 streams ago, I was up against this hill and I actually picked up live saffron, which was not deviated. I did come here earlier before I was actually streaming and trying to make sure I got all my points correct. And I did see 1 saffron spawn. This is also another good silver spawn as well. The last time I was here, I had 4 silver spawns. You can see too, I just passed an ice rock. But this is where I saw a couple of the saffron spawn. And of course, if the Chaosweaver wasn't here, it actually looks like the desert area for Manibus, which is actually really nice. So if you need to, you know, go back and, you know, you're missing the Manibus because the way of winter kind of sucks, before you get to phase 4 and the Chaosweavers just start spawning everywhere, you can come to this area and you can enjoy the kind of the Manibus outlook. Ooh, level 5. Hell yeah, I'm gonna try to catch that. Ooh, one time go. Let's go. You can come out here and still enjoy the area. Now that's for cooking. And as you can see here, you can see the distinct change, but as you can see, she does not want you to go.
The world needs you. Great.
And she feels like the world needs you that bad that she's going to kill you because the world needs you so bad. Makes total sense.
Yeah, like you want.
Yep. And then I have my camp over here, which I forgot. Can't do that. So I know my 5-minute timer is good. So we'll teleport right back to the house real quick. Now, this area I think would be a really good hive area to build, especially for people who want oil at a premium and they don't want to have to deal too much with winter. I mean, because during phase 1 and 2, I know for a fact, I came out here multiple times, temperature did not change. However, with the Chaosweavers affect, as you can see here, where's the Chaosweaver over here, before I teleport? So this Chaosweaver is right here. There's not another one in this area. As you can see, the next closest one is over here. So this Chaosweaver right here is literally affecting this whole entire area and keeping it negative 40 degrees. Now, if we go back to extreme weather, you can see here. So if this Chaosweaver is here, he is affecting everything within this outline of changing the temperatures. So the same goes if, okay, so this is probably in a normal temperature range. Chaosweaver here, he's affecting that whole entire area. The Chaosweaver, I thought there was another one up here, unless I think a hive killed it, because there was one up there earlier today. Because there was like 7 Chaosweavers on the map earlier today. There's another one affecting that area. So at least that's how I've been able to plan out what is being affected by the Chaosweavers. Now let's go ahead and teleport down to this encampment.
I'm sorry. Did anybody find in late game? You're in late game, right?
Yeah.
When I was in late game, I just had, I think it was Heat I was wearing, Lone Wolf. I didn't have to change it to go anywhere. I could stand, I was in a cold area where I had my base. I could sit upstairs.
Well, so there is a glitch.
And,
There is a glitch that sometimes happens to where you can be in one gear and it will not affect you.
yeah, it didn't.
Cloud had that earlier. Usually it lasts up until you either log out or until you do something drastic.
Yeah,
And
I had
then
and
it will make it to where temperature actually affects you.
the only place it affected me was when you went to have the showdown with the boss. What was his name? Anyway, him. Oh, I'm wonderful. Up at that really hot place. The only place it got me. Otherwise, I could use a suit or a stew.
Yeah.
And wander around the same kit. I didn't have to change it. But that was only late game. It wasn't in early game at all.
Yeah. As you guys can see, the moment I spawned, I died. And even though I thought I still had buff left, but I guess maybe my buff did not last unless if it was a glitch.
That wouldn't be surprising, would it? You know?
Yeah. Alright, so no, my buff did end. I lost tons of fishies. Oh no. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this food here, which I like. And of course, it's too big to fucking breed. I made this with fish. It is... No, I didn't make it with fish.
Stardust Energy?
No, it's not sanity. It's heat food.
Oh,
I'm double stacking my buffs.
Right.
Fiery meat skewer, as you can see here, used to increase your cold resistance by 20. And as you can see here, polar pepper and sunny ginger. And then if you stack that up on the cold weather stew, which increases your max stamina by 30 and cold and heat resist by 30 as well.
Yeah, it's the only one I ever used.
So when you're having to deal with Chaosweavers late game, you usually have the extreme temperatures of negative 120 Celsius or positive 120 Celsius. However, now that I have... Yeah, now that... Oh my gosh. Stupid anti-blockage again.
I managed, but it was hard. Well, it wasn't. It was a lot of bullets. Sitting there going, is it dead yet, Mom?
Now that we have that, we will go ahead and go back down here. And I will show you guys the map that I think would be the best early game build before we go into the hot areas. Now I'm not freezing to death. It's showing I should be, but I know I'm not.
It's not showing you at all.
So, as you guys can see here, we have wolves. That was the one thing I forgot to show you on that last teleportation tower, but there are wolves. They're usually off on the right-hand side when you're going down that road. So, you don't have to worry about transferring. I mean, with enough farming, you can get probably the kind of wolf skin you want. We all know it's on random chance anyways.
Did you say ass?
Yep, random ass chance. Luckily, this isn't for kids. But as you can see, if you go down here, she already starts kicking at you, telling you don't want to go no further.
Stop.
But it is a pretty big area that you guys can build at. Some flat spots, and you got oil rigs, so you know for a fact you got oil in this area. You got deer, so you got meat. You still have all of the plants. And you have, of course, copper, and everything else. So it would be a really good early game build area, and you're kind of out of the middle of nowhere, so you don't have to worry about people. Oh, and as you can see, one person, he's still living here. Oh yeah, this is a person's house. Whale I came to earlier. I call him a whale because he's got the TV. We all know that TV costs some money. And he's got the fireplace. That costs some money. So, yeah, but I actually like his house build. His house build is pretty dynamic. And so I think it's a pretty good build so far. But those are the current places that you can use for farming Manibus style items, which works. Now, up in this corner up here, that's also where I found a little bit of saffron as well. But you have to be careful how once you're moving over in these areas, how you're getting to them, just so you don't run into, of course, Mitsuku telling you you're going into a dangerous direction. However, if you notice, you can kind of tell what is good and what is bad just by the color of the land. And what I mean by that is, if there's snow there, especially right now, you're fine. If there's not snow, you're bad. But in the early seasons, you don't have the extreme weather, so you won't be able to tell. But if you come up here, also another great base building spot. Yes, you have to deal with the oil rig, but I mean, as long as you build, you know, okay, kind of minimalistic type buildings, you could fit a hive up here if you wanted to. Yeah, it would be building on an angle, but I think it's a pretty good area, and you got oil rigs to work from. And then around the oil rigs, of course, are flat. Alright. Next thing we have for the ultimate guide is, of course, pollution zones. The main pollution zones that you're going to want to go to are right here, early game, right to the east of Camp Igloo. And then once you're in phase 2, you're going to want to come over here. As you can see, we even have a starred area, but we didn't reach it in time this season. There's right up here you're going to want to build as well. And you'll build up in this area here. Chubby picked out this area. It's pollution zone and actual water that you can use, not salt water. So you get the best of both worlds. And then we built here this season, which is funny because there's a hive on every map in this one section here. And this is pollution, but we do get salt water. However, having the lava, I think we could have done a little bit better if we were able to build a little bit more northeast and put the lava right through our hive. I think that would have looked really cool. And then, of course, down in this area where hives like to also build, but there's not much pollution down in this area, but you do have the fresh water. So those are the key areas to build, and I think that is it for Way of Winter, the ultimate guide on how to be able to survive this map and where, you know, key locations are at. If you guys have any questions or want to know anything else on Way of Winter, please leave a comment. I will make sure that I address it. We are moving to Manibus next season, but of course, as you guys can see, I've spent a little over 2 months on Way of Winter throughout the... I don't know, I spent more than 3 months on Way of Winter out of the 3 times I've been here so far. So, if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment under the video. I will make sure to address them. I will be looking at other comments tonight, trying to make sure I address all the comments. And please subscribe to your channel for Once Human content. I hope everyone has a good day.
We thank you, we thank you, we thank you.
Yep, there you go. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, and if you don't